Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. From up top, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State, the former Spartan. It's Kirk Cousins.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
From the 31, Cousins. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
A 13-yard gain brings up 3rd and a yard.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And finding Pruitt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
44-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On the defensive side of the ball, here are the starters for Detroit. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. It's caught by Moncrief. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. On play action, Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Freeman a first down and more. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Lions under second-year coach Matt Patricia. They'll be led out by the comeback player of the year in 2018. A Pro Bowl quarterback as well a season ago, Andrew Luck.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And we look now at the Lions offense.
It'd be fun for us to keep our eyes on wide receiver Jarvis Landry because we know if the ball is going to be in the air, he's likely to be on the receiving end. A 4-time Pro Bowler, he plays with an intensity that rubs off on his teammates.
2nd and 10, Luck again. Quick slant, caught by Moore. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
17. First down, Lions.
Let's go, defense.
From the 50, it's Luck. He's going to look deep for more. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Luck throwing again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bird. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Luck. And he's got the hook up to Landry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, but it's going to be 2nd down. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And he lost 6 there on the first down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Luck now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Beck. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Now Luck. A dump off to Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Vinatieri's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Cousins to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
After the interception, it's Luck. That's caught by Howard. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing is Luck. Open man is Howard, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Luck on third down. This is caught. Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they were with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On first down, it's Freeman. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Hey, got tight left, tight left, tight left.
On the pickup. Second and 6. 46-yard line.
Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Third down and
Pick it
8.
up, defense. Let's go.
On third down, Cousins. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Check 53 fly. Check 53 fly.
Brings up second and 5.
On second down, Elliott, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He finds some open field here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
16 yards.
Number 53.
And the Lions, first down.
Bandit.
And this is caught by Watkins. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
On second down now, it's Elliott. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing on third down, Locke. And he's got a man, it's the tight end Howard, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Luck now, 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Carl Nassib in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
First and goal, Detroit.
They're not ready for this, man.
From the gun, here's Locke.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. I'm going to protect you.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Watch left. He's top.
Here's Locke. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball.
Here we go, yeah.
but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. A 1-yard run on first down, another one on second. It might not do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And at contract time, you want to show touchdowns scored way more than you want to show yards per carry.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Lions 17. Packers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, it created a big run. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Cousins on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's taken in by Callaway. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Cousins now. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Lions on 3rd down. They have been superb, 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. Come on, baby. Let's go!
The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Hearns brings it in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it was Andrew Luck who had the hot hand in the first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here is Andrew Luck, the focus of our player spotlight. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. But guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Mostert. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
He's across midfield.
Single slot.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Locke. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Here we go.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. Moncrief brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go, baby.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Love. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Here we go, dude. Here I come. Show me.
Play action. It's Locke. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. On 1st and 10, Locke. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Chris Moore was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Mostert. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. From the gun on third down, Luck. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Here's Mostert, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards, first down Packers. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. This is Freeman. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4.
Freeman again. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Neville Hewitt leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. 3rd and long, it's Locke. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
At the 27-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
I know he ain't got it. Strong left, strong left, strong left.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now Cousins completes it to Hearns. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Cousins. This is caught by Hearns. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run it now with Barner. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, it's Barnes. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. To throw, Cousins. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
This is Mostert. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 55. Mike. Switch up.
It's 2nd and 8.
Luck now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground, instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. It's caught right side, it turns. And he's taken down inside the 30. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Linval Joseph coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Cousins. That is incomplete.
So I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. There, he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck over the middle. He's got Watkins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
You got nothing.
On 1st down, it's Long. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Luck got his man complete over the middle. That's Beck. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Luck throwing again. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Lions 31.
A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman.
We're going. Let's
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He's back to throw and finding Pruitt. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They'll look to throw. Hearns brings it in. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Back to throw.
You got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Now a run for Barner. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They run again with Barner, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Lions, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.